Welcome to the Letting Go live stream. My name is Sam Buck, and here today to take you through a release on the Course in Miracles workbook lesson 167. There is one life, and that I share with God. And this is, I just love these lessons because they just tell us like letting go and letting God is the way to go. It says literally here that all feelings that are not supremely happy come with the idea of death. Oh my gosh. So it's this alarm that goes off. All sorrow, loss, anxiety, suffering, and pain, even a little of weakness, a little sigh of weakness, a slight discomfort, or the merest frown, acknowledge death and thus deny you live. Now, it turns out I have sense of sorrow, loss, anxiety, suffering, pain, a little weariness, slight discomforts, frowns all the time. Okay, so first, now they tell us not to like guilt and idea of sin and making wrong of ourselves and others is the error. Is there? So first, could I just be okay that I am doing this human illusion thing that I chose to do and that other people are doing it, so that it's okay to bring these feelings up so I can release them to experience the supremely happy feelings that are available once I release these. Releasing falsehood, coming to truth. But I'm not going to do that effectively. And this often happens with people who are spiritual, is that now it's not okay to feel these negative feelings. So what the way that letting go and releasing fits so beautifully into this is it is okay to feel your feelings. In fact, that's the only way you're going to let them go. So could you feel these feelings that are not supremely happy, which are what this lesson saying is all the negative feelings are acknowledging death as a possibility. So could you feel these feelings that are acknowledging death or saying that death is real or death is possible? Could you just feel those and let them go? Let them go, because there is one life and that you share with God. And there are not different kinds of life. The truth is there's life. It has no opposite. And all these feelings are just a denial, a resistance to the life that you share with God. Isn't that great? All that's between me and living the life that I am, being that, sharing everything with God is some feelings. Well, it's not good if I don't know what to do with feelings. If I don't know that I can just let them go, I can sit with them until they go, then that's terrifying. But if I've been shown the way, if I've been given a map for how to deal with feelings, how to acknowledge them and how to move through them, then life is here and I know the way. And all it takes is for me to let go of these negative feelings so I can experience the supreme happiness that God wills for me. Happy, happy day. So it's going to take courage. It takes permission to feel these feelings rather than continuously suppressing them and repressing them and piling them up more and more and having it appear that I'm more and more separate from life, from God, more and more appear that death is a possibility. So it takes courage. Then it takes neutrality. It takes a willingness to be like, oh, this feeling isn't good or bad. It's just a feeling. Then once it's okay, once I've allowed the feeling to be acknowledged, and then it's okay that the feeling is there, then I can release it. Until it's okay, until the feelings are allowed, acknowledged, and it's okay, they're just feelings, then I'm going to have a lot of resistance to the supreme joy and happiness that is available, because I'll be holding on to these feelings, making wrong of them, stuffing them, not letting them go. So we're doing exactly the opposite that and letting go. And that's why letting go goes so amazingly with the Course in Miracles. For those of us who've been through the Course many times, and it's like, come on, why am I still carrying all this fear, sorrow, loss, anxiety, all this weariness, all this discomfort? Oh, I didn't know I could just feel that through and let it go. So let's do some of that. Let's discover the one life that we are, that we share with God, through just letting go of these feelings that testify to death. They're not true. The feelings and all the thoughts on those attractor fields of those feelings are not true. So could we ignore the thoughts, feel the feelings, and let go and let God and share everything with God as is his will for you. It's his will for you. So thank you for being willing to sit with some feelings, be a little bit uncomfortable for a minute or an hour or however long it takes, because supreme happiness that God wills for you is on the other side. Let's do some releasing. There is one life, and that I share with God. Course in Miracles, lesson 167. Death is the thought that I am separate from my Creator. Just the thought. It has nothing to do with the physical body. It's all these negative feelings other than supreme happiness. Oh, there is one life, and that I share with God, and that is the truth. These negative feelings are obscuring God's will for me from my awareness. So now I'm willing. Are you willing to just bring something up? Let's look at sorrow. Let's look at sorrow. Is there any sorrow that you've been acknowledging death with? Any sadness? Any sense of loss? And that being a possibility. And to start, could that be okay? Without judging or moralizing about it, could you just notice anything that came up for you? And could you simply let the thoughts of that drift by, the thoughts that would acknowledge death, and just feel this feeling? Just let that feeling be there. It's just a feeling. It's not you. Could you let it be just a feeling? And just feel that? Let it run. That's how it runs out. Just a feeling, nothing you have to change or modify or understand or explain. It's not even true. Why would I want to understand it? And could you let that feeling run? Let it be there. And that is letting it go. Could you let it go? Would you let go of this feeling and all the ideas of death that go with it? When could you let go? It takes what it takes. Sometimes there's a bunch of this. Could you just let it run? Keep letting it go? Because what awaits is the one life that you share with God. It may not be easy to sit with these feelings, but it's always worth it when they go. So you can keep that feeling running, or you can check in. Is there any anxiety, suffering, or pain which have been testifying to death? Any anxiety, suffering, or pain. And what if it was just a feeling and it wasn't even real? All the thoughts that go with it. Could you ignore the thoughts? No need to make right or wrong of that this is coming up, just something coming up. Could you ignore the thoughts that would try and explain death's reality and justify it? Could you just ignore that? And could you feel any feeling that you're feeling in this moment? Just let that feeling run. Let it be there. Even welcome it. It's the stuffing it down and trying to suppress it that keeps it stuck. Could you welcome it up? It can't touch you. It's just a feeling. Death has no power over you. It's not even real because you just feel the feeling. Just for now. Could you let the feeling run? Let it run out. Enlighten this feeling. Could you release it? Would you release, enlighten yourself of the belief in death? When could you release this feeling and all the thoughts of belief in death? Again, there's no rush. It takes what it takes. Could you let these feelings run until they run out and just ignore the thoughts and just feel the feelings, continuing to shine light on them? So any feeling that's there for you, you can keep it running. But it's interesting. This lesson is saying even a slight bit of weariness, a slight discomfort, or the merest frown are acknowledging death. Wow. If it's not supremely happy, it's acknowledging death. Well, look at all this not supremely happy I've been carrying. It's okay. There's no reason to stack guilt on it or fear, just a feeling. So, noticing any weariness, any slight discomfort, any frowning that you've been witnessing in yourself or others. And how does that feel? Hmm. Could you allow that feeling and just ignore the thoughts about what it's about? It's not even real. No need to understand it. Could you just begin surrendering all the thoughts about it, all the wanting to manage or control the feeling, and the feeling itself? Could you just be surrendering it to God, surrendering it to life, turning it over? How do you do that? You just feel it and ignore the thoughts. Could you feel that feeling, that subscription to all these ideas of death? Could you cancel your subscription just by feeling it, surrendering what isn't even real, turning this feeling over to God, to that infinite field of love and supreme happiness? Just, ooh, this, this feeling is not supreme happiness. Okay, could you feel it? Rather than trying to stuff it down or get away from it, could you just let it run out, bring it to light, lightening it up? What if it was just a feeling? Could you feel just a feeling for a moment? And that is surrendering it. Could you surrender this feeling to God and all the thoughts of death that go with it? Would you surrender this feeling to God? If you could, it's just a choice. When could you surrender? Give it up. And every little bit you surrender, release, let go of, you start to uncover Remove the clouds from the life that is there, the truth that you share with God. So this is totally worth it. It's totally worth it to sit through these feelings and remove the clouds to life. Death wasn't real. And so any feelings that you have that aren't supremely happy, not perfect joy, are alarms. Ooh, there's something off here. There is something off. The only reason it feels so uncomfortable is because it's a severe departure from what you really are, from what's available to you. So could you just allow anything that's been hanging on your heart? In the Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, they call it the binds on the heart. Just negative feelings. So could you allow anything that's coming up for you? Anything that's not supremely happy, anything that's not perfect joy, just allowing it up. You saw the alarm. Oh, it's a feeling. Just ignoring all the thoughts about that feeling. There's nothing, no reason to know about it unless you're planning to keep it. And could you simply let this feeling run just for now? And let it go. It's a letting. You don't have to push it away. Could you just let it go? What's it like to drop something? Just open your hand. And maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. Sometimes they stick on a little bit. So just giving it a chance to fall away. Would you let it go if you could? When could you let it go? And be aware of life no longer obscured by death, and imagining an illusion of death. There is one life that you share with God. One life that you share with God. And that's all there is. And there's no opposite. And this life is supremely joyful. I mean, perfect joy beyond conception to the ego. And that's what's there for you. So can you notice this resistance to life? This denial of life. Denial of joy. And it's great to notice it, because once you notice it, once you permit it, and you no longer are making right or wrong of it, you can just release it. You can just feel it. So what comes up for you? Why can't you be supremely happy right now? Why can't you be in perfect joy? What's the resistance? What's the fight? Oh, I don't have enough money. This body hurts. Whatever it is. What's resisting? Where are you justifying death? Saying that it's real. And without stacking guilt upon it, could you just notice this resistance to the life you share with God? Supreme joy. And could you let that up? Bring it to light, however that feels, and ignore all the thoughts. They're not even true. But they are true. Well, okay. Could you ignore them anyway? And could you feel the feeling, that resistance to the life you share with God and supreme happiness and joy? No longer do I fear feelings. They're just feelings. And it looks like I'm carrying some. Oh, okay. Could you allow that resistance to the life you share with God? Just feel that. Feel that resistance. Let it be there. Let it come up. Nowhere for it to hide. Bringing it to life. Feeling that feeling. Feeling that feeling. Let it all come up. How much has been carried? How much of this cloud over the truth is there? Whew, and that is letting it go. That is releasing it, just to allow it up, allow it to move and release it. Could you release the resistance to the life you share with God and supreme happiness? Would you release when could you release what isn't true and discover what you've always known, the life you share with God, all that's there? And sometimes people really don't like resisting the positive things. And I just tell them, you're already resisting them, just unconsciously. And the only way to clear that resistance is to let it up so you can let it go. It's very powerful to resist the positive things that are available for us because it brings up all that negative gunk to let it go. So anything that's been resisting the life you share with God, that supreme happiness, because if you just watch what happens if you just resist being supremely happy, sharing life with God. What happens when you allow that up? It'll bring up all the feelings and all the crazy thoughts of why you can't be supremely happy right now. And could you ignore the thoughts and just allow this feeling, this resistance to the life you share with God, eternal life, indescribable joy? Could you really resist that? Feel that. And could you just let that feeling be there, shining on it, nowhere for it to hide? You're the power, not it. And could you surrender, give up resisting the life you share with God? Would you surrender this feeling? Give it up. It's not even true. It has no power. It doesn't exist. Would you surrender any resistance, or even a little bit of resistance, to supreme joy as being the only truth that is there for you? That's it. Whew. Mm. All the feelings that are negative are resisting this supreme joy. All of them would testify to death. And There is one life that you share with God, and that's all that's real, and death is not real. But there's a lot of resistance to this. And so could you just notice any resisting supreme joy, heaven, being the Son of God, being the Son of God, any resistance to the life you share with God? And that's pretty much any negative feeling. It is any negative feeling. Could you notice anything that comes up? The thoughts, just welcoming all this stuff out of the subconscious, the feeling. And the thoughts aren't true. Could you ignore them? Could you let them scroll by without clicking on them? Just let the thoughts scroll by and feel this resistance to supreme joy, the life you share with God. Oh, just allowing that resistance to come up. Yeah. It has no power over you unless you give it power. Could you just let it come up? Let that feeling come up. Let it move. That's enlightenment. Letting these things come up that aren't true so you can let them go. Could you let this feeling come up? Just let it be there without needing to describe it, change it, modify it, just letting it come up, checking out what's been carried around, feeling that. And could you let go of any resistance to the life you share with God? Would you let go of resistance to the life you share with God? Supreme joy. When could you let go? And how's that feel? Any lighter? There could be more. We got reservoirs of this stuff. That's why these lessons take us through this stuff again and again and again. So could you just keep letting go of the resistance to the ideas in this course, those feelings, things that aren't even true? Could you just continue to do that and have some compassion for yourself rather than guilt, rather than fear? If there's guilt or fear about where you are in this process and, oh, I'm not feeling supremely joyful yet, bad me, could you just let that go? Let go of what doesn't even exist. Your Father loves you infinitely, infinitely, with compassion and power beyond any conception. And could you notice that it's just a choice? It's just a choice to accept that power or to resist it, to accept that love or to resist it. And it's okay. It takes what it takes. Just keep letting that up. Keep letting that up. Keep letting the resistance up so you can keep letting it go. And just go free. Go free of the illusion that you made, that I made, that we make when we come here to try and play separate from God until we discover such a thing is impossible and we let it go and enjoy the supreme happiness which He wills us. Well done, releasing. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and enjoy your one life that you share with God today.